greater good of our city.
What's our biggest problem?
I think one of the biggest problems in the city is we don't really have a plan, in my opinion. And by plan, I mean, what is the next step for the city of Monticello? Where do we want to be in 3 years? Where do we want to be in 5 years?
So the first question was the best attribute about Monticello, right? So as everybody is speaking tonight, it's important to the city council. I mean, we're the crowning jewel of Southeast Arkansas. We're a great community. We're the retail hub of Southeast Arkansas. We're the educational hub of Southeast Arkansas. We've become the medical hub of Southeast Arkansas. Great schools, great people. As John mentioned, you know, he wants Monticello to be, when people his age, and I'm older than he is, I came back to Monticello because I was raised here, and I wanted my children to be raised around grandparents just as I was. So I think it's a great community, just a wholesome, good community, great churches, great religious culture here, and I think that's an attribute that attracts people here. One of the things we need is how do we attract jobs into this community? Things that make a community attractive are infrastructure, police, feeling safe in the community. I think we got a great police department. I think Jason Akers has done a fantastic job, and I think our law enforcement don't get near enough credit. But those are the things that bring jobs to town. We've got to be able to create those, continue to grow on those assets and those items to make it attractive to come to Monticello, for businesses to come to Monticello. Like all the other communities around, unlike all the other communities around here, we've been able to maintain. We'd like to be going up in quality of life, but we're not, fortunately, we're not a lot of the surrounding towns that we have. And so running a budget, making sure that we have good, sound financial decisions being made, because the health of the community, or the strength of the community, a lot of it is financial health. We're healthy right now, but we've got to continue that health in maintaining financial strength that we can attract those businesses.
Our biggest problem?
Our biggest problem is, I think we're stagnant. I think we need to be aggressive in going out and promoting our community and attracting those people here. We've got a lot of challenges, infrastructure challenges, economic challenges. Everything goes north of here. If you look in northwest Arkansas, you look in northeast Arkansas, the growth it has, in central Arkansas. We've got to somehow work with our local people, our representatives, our state legislature to say, hey, we're down here. And we need to, but we've got to be a shining star for people who want to come. And I think we've got to somehow be more aggressive in tooting our own horn and promoting our area.
Ms. Pace?
Yes. Ask that question again. What's my first question?
What's the best thing that we have going for us, and what's the worst?
Okay. Well, I think the best thing that we have going for us is pretty much, I would say, this is a good family place. My husband and I have had opportunities to move, to leave Monticello, but I didn't want to raise my children anywhere else where everything was out of hand, where the values were not, didn't agree with my values. And so we stayed here because I think Monticello holds some great values, some great personal values, some great Christian values, and I think that we know how to come together. Even after there may be an issue, I still think that Monticello people know how to come together and gain one voice for the good of whatever the issue is. I've seen that because I worked 12 years as a newspaper editor here at Monticello Advance. And I got a chance to see us on several levels. And out of all of Southeast Arkansas, I wouldn't have gone anywhere else. I still stayed here.
One last question. We'll start with Ms. Pace.
Oh, I didn't answer, I'm sorry, I didn't answer your second. But out of all of the good, I still think some of the bad is that we have pockets, we have circles in this town. We still have people, we have opportunities here that everyone doesn't get a chance to enjoy. So that's, I think, is pretty much a goal of mine, is because we do have to move out of our pockets. You live in your neighborhood, the information is in your neighborhood. You have a particular group or society, it stays there. We do have to get to the point to where all of Monticello knows much of what's going on and have the same opportunities as everyone else. We want to be.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, the 3 city council candidates that are here, none are currently on the council. Start with Ms. Pace, then Mark, then John. What is something that you would work for to change or improve right off the bat? Or a project to draw attention to?
Let's see. I was thinking about it. It's funny you should ask that. I was thinking about those things, but I think that lately, one of the issues that I saw that we had is that giving support, as you talked about, to the police and all. I think that we could work closer with the police, the fire station, those kind of people that are serving in dangerous areas. I think that we could do a little bit more for the people who protect us. And so I'm concerned about that, because I listen to, I may not be at the meetings, but I actually watch it on Monticello Live. And sometimes that's an issue for me, as to, are we really supporting the people that protect us?
Thank you, ma'am. And Mark?
I mean, we could all come up with a lot of projects, we all have things we want to do, but I think just continuing to promote our community, make wise decisions, and continuing to support fire and police departments, and addressing areas that need to be addressed. From an infrastructure standpoint, whether it's streets, Lord knows we've got leaks all over town. We've had issues with water and sewer before. We've got some issues that's facing the city right now, with some expenditures with the sewage ponds. But I think just addressing issues that we have, maintaining a good, smart budget, and promoting our community to be a shining star that continues to be here in South Arkansas.
John?
Yes, sir. So, in my opinion, I think we need to work on the sewer and water and the streets also. I think we need to look at the cities that have the same problems with the sewer system, with what's going on with our sewer ponds, find out what they did to correct it. Sometimes it just takes making a phone call to find out how we can make the situation better. As far as a project, I used to love taking my kids to the festivals that we had here. I really miss the festivals. It was a way to draw other communities into our community, for them to see how great we were, and I think that attracts more people who want to move here and to do business here.
And thank you. And 2-minute closing. John, you first.
Yeah. So we've really covered a lot, but in closing, I would just like to say that everybody works so hard in this room. They've been working really hard to figure out the needs of the people in their area. And that's one thing that I want to say is, in the area that we're in, I want everyone to know that who John Carter is, if it's me that's elected, or if it's Mark Towner that's elected. That's a problem that I think we have. Everybody that I talk to throughout the whole city, no one really knows who their city council member is. And I think having an open relationship with your community, I think that's one thing that's great to have. We have to have that. I think finding out the needs, or we need to find out the needs of the city. We need to find out the wants of our community members. What does our community want to see from the city? And I think that's something that we all need to look into, because it not only affects me or him or all of y'all, it affects everyone in Southeast Arkansas what happens here. So I think we need to address the needs of the city and then the wants, and, make a plan and go forth with the city.
All right.
Well, just to close, and I would say, hey, this has been a great forum tonight. A lot of intense conversations about various topics. But, you know, I decided to run for this position because I love this community. I'm born and raised here, worked in this community. I've held various positions in different organizations. But I have a passion for the people. My job that I do is as I mentioned earlier, is working with the people. I have experience in budgetary and financial background. I think it's an asset. And I just want to do whatever I can to continue. Monticello is a great community. So what either one of us do, if we're elected, we're not changing anything. I mean, it's not broke. But we do have opportunity to enhance and make it better. And I think I'd be very qualified to continue that and continue the strength of Monticello.
Thank you, sir. Clarissa?
I think it's been about almost 12 years ago. I sat in my living room alone, and I watched for the first time an African American be recognized and become our president. It was at that moment, as confident as I am in most everything that I do, and as much as no color, no race, no society, economics, never dictated my purpose. That's the first time I felt that I was a part of America and I could actually work my purpose freely. I think that it's been that time that God has allowed me to come in the right season at the right time to make a change. That's my goal. I know my purpose. I know my destiny is to get in anywhere and become a change agent. I think Monticello could use fresh voices, as someone else said. I think we could use people who are part of the 21st century, that's technology even. I think we could use people who have the mindset to want to help all people and those who don't make excuses about not talking to people. So my goal still is to bridge the gaps that are still there, not to act like they're not there, but to be the liaison between me and the people that we serve.
Thank you. Forgive me for not standing up, but I've been here too. I hope to have the judge and Senate and House of Representatives videos posted in the morning.